afternoon, family. This is Dina Akara. Some of you may know me by other names I was born with. Anyway, I decided to do this video on Facebook, and I may transfer it over to YouTube. I don't know yet, but I'm going to just talk off the top of my head, but I've been thinking about this for a while, and right now in my life, pretty much most of my adult life, but right now in my life, I am on a journey, and I am finding my true self, and I'm open to learning what I don't know yet about myself. And you know how when you think the last person on earth would do X, Y, and Z, you find out that they do X, Y, and Z. It's disappointing. I have to admit, it is disappointing. But at the same time, that individual, the energy that that individual um, carries with them, was placed in your life to teach you. Also placed in your life to help you grow, to sharpen your gifts, whatever special gifts you have. Um, so you have to look at it that way too. And when you realize that they had a place in your life to push you in that direction, push you in your purpose, um, you look back and you're like, you know what? It had to be done. It had to be done. And whatever the day was carried along with them, may they find their higher self, and may they learn as well throughout their journey or journeys in life. Um, and that's when you have to kind of like not focus too much on that particular person per se, and look at whatever spirit that they are juggling or captivating or whatever, because people, we're not dealing with just Jackie, Jane, Lisa, Suzanne, Bob. No, we're dealing with spirits. We're dealing with energy, high, low, whatever you want to call it. And at times when you encounter an energy that a different perspective. It's the same situation, ongoing, revolving door, you know, but I have a different perspective. I have a different way of thinking about it, right? And so that in of itself has helped me tremendously the past 2-3 years. Just the way that I, you know, see a particular situation and see it for what it is. And not to overthink it, because I can overthink a lot of times. Like, I can really, like, take a situation and sit there, because that's just me. I have an analytical mindset. You know, that's, you know, part of, you know, the way I'm made to, like, really analyze things to death. But I've learned that, you know, for instance, I'm driving right now, right? I'm pretty much taking the same route that I usually take every day. However, there's a different route that I can take, and sometimes I just feel like taking another route. I'm getting to my final destination. It's still in the same area, it's in the same state, but it's a different perspective, you know? It's a different route, it's a different journey, it's a different path to get to the same final destination. And I say all of this because what I'm seeing right now, again, I'm using this as an example, my commute. I'm seeing the same trees, you know, probably some of the same cars, the same road, you know, and I'm experiencing it the way I'm experiencing now. But if I took another route, a back road, or, you know, whatever, where there's less traffic, I'm still getting to my destination, but I have a better perspective on my commute because it's just different. So I don't even know if that made any sense to anybody. Hello, Keith. But I just say all of this, when you're dealing with different situations, in particular people that you care about, and it's an ongoing, you know, whatever the situation is, you have to look past that person. You have to look at whatever spirit that they're working with, whatever spirit that is playing with you that day. Because, you know, you can love the person. What does the good book say? Love your enemies as yourselves, right? Okay, you can love your enemies, right? You don't have to like them, but you can love them. And you know what? I think the best way to love someone is to look past the flesh, because that's not who you really are dealing with. You're dealing with whatever energy that they're dealing with. And I say all of that because that's how I can forgive people. I'm like, you know what? Maybe they had I don't know, something was going on, the moon cycle, you know, maybe it was a full moon or whatever. I'm not going to spend too much time and energy being mad at this person. Because this person, you know, whatever was going on, I'm not going to hold it against them. Now, I may distance myself. I may love them from a distance. And I say this quite a bit. There are people that I care and love for. I just love them from a distance. You know, I just can't. I won't. I just love them from a distance. Because whatever they're dealing with, I choose not to partake in that. So, but again, you have to, you know, just look at it, like I said earlier in this video, you have to look at it like this. That individual or those group of people were placed in my life to teach me something. They were placed in my life to push me into my destiny. The destiny I didn't even know was part of my makeup. I didn't know. Like, I know I have gifts. I know I have gifts. I know I have gifts. But I didn't really feel the need to tap into those gifts, you know? You follow somebody else's blueprint, because that's what you're told to do. From a little kid on up, you know, go to school, listen to your teacher, you know, do all your homework, follow the rules, man-made rules, by the way, and, you know, work hard, and blah 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 blah, and life will just work out the way it should, right? Well, that's someone else's blueprint. I'm not saying go around and cause harm and hurt people. No, I'm not saying that, right? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you got to find your own path, and you have to accept people the way they are, because whatever path they're on, and if you cross paths and they rub you the wrong way, there's a reason why they were in your life. There's a reason why you cross paths. And obviously you may not want to have a barbecue with them and hang out or whatever like that if they crossed you the wrong way. But that individual was placed in your life to help you be the best you, to help you find yourself, to help you find your higher self, to help you find your inner power, you know? And yes, it can be difficult. Yes, it could just, like, you know, make you want to cry, because you want the best for people, especially people that you care about, that you love, that you grew up with. You know, you've known them all your life, and you see, you know, some of the things that they're doing either against you or against themselves, because you know what you put out there. Hey, I'm like this, and I've said this before to one of my relatives. I was like, at the end of the day, that's on them. That's on that person. If they coming for me, and I'm in my own lane, minding my own business, I can't control what happens. I can't control what happens to that individual. I can't. But I know one thing. I'm fully loaded. I tell you that. I'm fully loaded. And I have an army with me. I have an army that's assigned to me to help guide me, to help protect me. They on deck, okay? So I want the best for people. I want them to live their best lives. I want them to love themselves and others. But if they have insecurity in their heart, and they've been placed in my life, in my path, all I'm saying is, what does Celie say in Color Purple? What did Celie say in the movie Color Purple when she finally decided to leave and to be free? She said, until you do right by me, everything in your life is gonna crumble. Everything. So it's on that person that was placed in my space, in my aura, in my path, in my life. It's their business if they choose to, you know, be destructive. Let's just put it that way. If they choose to be destructive, you know, that's part of the master plan. I get it. I go ahead and I accept it, because when it's all said and done, all that person is doing, all of that low vibrational energy is doing, all it's doing is helping me tap into my greatness, to tap into my power, the power that was stagnant for however many years, however many decades, you know. And then all of a sudden, that fire has stirred up. Now you done created something that you didn't know you were gonna experience. You thought that you were going to have a field day with somebody that was unarmed. Then you find out, oh crap, she got an army. Oh crap, what in the world did I just walk into? No, too late, because nobody told you to come over here in my space. Nobody. I've been minding my business, living the best life I could possibly live at this stage in my life, learning lessons, I've crossed some people, I'm sure I have, maybe because they've been insecure and they got offended because, for whatever reason, I accept that. But when you have those individuals that they just, for whatever reason, and again, it's whatever path they're on, they were meant to cross my path. It was just meant to be. Because you know what? When you're comfortable and life is great or whatever, and you make X amount of money, you have your benefits, you have your house, your car, your life doesn't really have a lot of obstacles, let's just put it that way. So you're just in la la land, you're very out of touch with the regular folk, and it is what it is. So you wouldn't necessarily go inside yourself and be who you truly are, because this particular society is so colonized or whatever. It just is what it is, and it's frowned upon to be an individual in this society we live in. Everyone's uniformed, and you're rewarded when you do what master tell you to do. And I know I'm kind of getting off topic, I'm getting off the subject right now, but I'm just saying all of this because when you're not challenged on that higher level, then you really are just zombies, in my opinion. You're following, whatever. You're not rocking the boat. No one's rocking your boat. And it's comfortable. It's the Matrix. I'm sure most of y'all people out here have seen the Matrix, right? You've seen the Matrix. Ignorance is comfortable in most cases. If you got your coins and you don't have any financial struggles or what have you, you just laying low and living it up, right? And that's fine, okay? But that shouldn't be your whole life either. Life is much more than just being comfortable. It's nice, but sometimes you have to be challenged in order for you to experience your own greatness, in order to find yourself. You have to go through the wilderness sometimes. I'm not saying be in the wilderness all the time, because in my opinion, that's a curse. When you constantly struggling, you constantly fighting, you constantly, to me, that's just a curse. But I feel like there should be a balance. Like when things are just too okie dokie, comfortable, okay, it's time for a challenge. It's time to sharpen your gifts. It's time to just be a better you, to be a stronger you, and that's how I feel right about now. So I know I didn't say anything specifically, I kept it very vague. But I just feel like whenever, someone cuts you off in traffic, right? Some people would just, have a meltdown and want to shoot everybody. Other people were like, okay, I don't know what kind of situation that person was dealing with. Maybe they had a bad day to cut me off. Maybe it was unintentional. It's okay, whatever. I'm sure I've done something on the road that pissed somebody else off. It's gonna be okay. Let's just breathe, right? But I just feel like whenever we have to deal with difficult people, we're dealing with that spiritual energy that's testing us. And the test is, how are you going to react to that situation? How are you going to react to that person? Are you going to blow up and cut their throat or something? Or are you going to use that situation where you're going to go inside yourself and get that strength that you need to get through it? Now, people pray, you know, they believe in X, Y, and Z that gets them through whatever. Some people have to do other things to help them get through it. I just feel like the Creator has given us so many options to get through the difficult times in life. You know, some people, they get through life through herbal medication, herbal medicinal medication, right? And you have a society that try to demonize that. They try to demonize it. Hi, Stephanie. And if it's coming from the earth and it's natural, that is from God, period. That is from the highest divinity. That is a gift to help us get through this thing called life, okay? Some people, they will, I don't know, burn incense. That's another way where they can tap into a spiritual space, when they burn incense and say mantras or whatever, or burn sage to help cleanse, right? What I do is I burn sage pretty much every day for the most part. I burn sage every day for a few minutes just to cleanse off all the low energy that I deal with. Sometime throughout my day, there's going to be something. It may not be something horrific or crazy or nothing like that, but you know, a little aggravation here and there. We all deal with that, right? A little aggravation. But you know, I burn sage. You know, I have essential oils. I have my crystals. I have certain crystals that I keep on me all the time for their beneficial elements. Once again, that comes from creation. Okay, it comes from the Creator. There's a reason why the Creator has so many variety of options for us to get through this thing called life on a spiritual level. Unfortunately, you have people who self-medicate with synthetic things, artificial things, and unfortunately, it just makes matters worse. But when it comes to spiritual things, spiritual practices, again, I'm on a journey now, and I've been on this journey for quite a while. But right now, in my space, in my life, I'm open to learn more about myself on a spiritual level, to find my higher self. And I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not knocking anybody. Whatever path works for them to reach that path of greatness that they're assigned to partake in, that is their path. That is their business. Everything is not for everybody. What I choose to partake in, it's not going to work for everybody. And it's okay. It's okay. Their business, my business. They do that over there. Those folks over there do that. It's their business. So, you know, that's where I am right now. So, dealing with destructive energies is the way it is. But at the same time, you got to flip it. You got to look at it like this. Okay, you being destructive, or trying to at least be destructive. Guess what? Let me look in my bag of tricks and see what I have to get through this. Because like Celie, right? Until you do right by me, I'm not coming for you. I'm not. That's not my style. That's not my style. I choose to spend my time, effort, and energy on higher things. I choose to focus on, for instance, law of attraction. I want to focus on law of attracting. I choose to attract what's good for my higher self, what's good for me. That's what I choose. My team is on deck, and being that my team is on deck, that's on you. If you come for me in a destructive way, that's on you. Because, again, my spiritual team is in place to guide me and to protect me. I'm about my business. I'm about my business trying to be the best I can be. And I also want to uplift and empower others. It's not my style to try to tear somebody else down and be destructive. It's just not. So, until you do right by me, stay in your lane. Because my spiritual team, for instance, if you have a loved one and you see that somebody has been bullying them, picking on them, you know, and then they come, the kid comes home upset, mad, crying, feeling belittled, that adult that cares for that child is gonna go off. Okay, so that's how I see my spiritual team. I don't want nothing but the best for people, nothing but the best. And at the same time, if you cross me, and you cross me enough, until you do right by me, because I stay in my lane, I stay in my lane to be the best that I can be, and I want nothing but the best for everybody else. I think the more people that have self-confidence and love for themselves, there'll be less people trying to spend all their energy trying to make another person look bad or I don't, you know, that whole envious type spirit, you know, just, again, that's their path. You know, their path is to be destructive, because, you know, for whatever reason, the way it's set up, regardless of what's going on, the good will come out of it, right? So that's their path. But at the same time, I don't have to play tea with them either. I don't have to play house with them. I don't have to deal with them. The only time I have to deal with them is when I have to go through this test, and that we're all going through it. Occasionally, here and there, we go through a test, so we can reach our higher selves, and we can tap into our power. And what you do with that power is up to you. Your path, my path. Your walk, my walk. But I'm on this high vibrational path, and love and light, in the name of love. In the name of love. That's what I'm about. In the name of love. That's what I'm about. And with that said, I am going to end this video. And for whatever reason, traffic has just been a mess the past 2 days. I should have already been in my destination 20 minutes ago. But anyway, this is my outro for today. Thanks for listening to Iambina Atara. You may also know me as Erica. No one see Erica. I just said my name is Erica. There's no other way. I'd rather spend tomorrow right next to you, oh my baby. You can play them games, babe, but I know you can have the world, but you still can't love this love, 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 this love, love, love.
everybody fall.